Kamala Harris faces fierce criticism from CNN. Could this be the turning point in her 2024 campaign? Great question. Wow, I can't believe CNN is actually criticizing her. That's a big deal. We know that they've been caping for her since she announced her presidency. So again, like I can't wait to hear what they say. I haven't watched any of these clips yet. So we're going to check out the clips. We're going to talk about it. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. Share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. And hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account. So follow me on those platforms as well. All right. So let's talk about this news now. This comes from the Gateway Pundit from Sharika Soul. And she reports that the Daily Mail reports that CNN continues its attacks on Kamala Harris after her live stream interview with Oprah Winfrey. If y'all haven't seen it, it was a total crap show. This is why they are hiding her. Whenever she's off the cuff, she either says a word jumbo salad, never answers any questions, or and she ends up looking like a total fool, or scripted or fake. And even Oprah Winfrey couldn't save her from that. Even Oprah Winfrey was like, what's going on? Like, she never answered any of the questions. But the interview, meant to raise campaign funds, drew criticism from CNN commentators. They questioned whether Harris's approach could cost her the election. Earlier this week, CNN anchors Dana Bash and Abby Phillip criticized Harris for lacking clear policy proposals. Again, vote for us and we'll tell you what our policy is. She's not really giving people a clear-cut policies. They suggested her vagueness might help Donald Trump win in November. Conservative pundit Scott Jennings also slammed Harris for avoiding tough media interviews. Scott Jennings challenges Harris's media strategy. Jennings didn't mince words, asking, quote, when has she sat down with any hostile media? He accused Harris of only engaging with friendly interviewers. CNN legal analyst Elliot Williams tried to defend her, claiming Winfrey's support made the interview softer. Jennings quickly pushed back, highlighting the lack of challenging interviews. Like, Trump will go on these other platforms and talk to anyone, anywhere. He's not afraid to for anyone to challenge him on his policy or his point of view. Kamala, on the other hand, will refuse. You have to be buddies with her to even sit down to talk to her. Criticism of Harris's Oprah interview. Now, Jennings criticized the interview, calling it, quote, an hour of vacuous word salad tossing. He noted that most of it lacked substance, and Jennings admitted Harris's comments about gun ownership were helpful, but labeled the rest of it as, quote, really insane banter. He argued that such interviews damage her public image, which it does. And CNN continued attacks on Harris. The Daily Mail highlighted earlier attacks by CNN's Dana Bash and Phillip. Bash joked that listeners could, quote, start a drinking game every time Harris mentioned small businesses. Phillip argued that Harris often lacked specific answers on topics like the economy. So let's check out this clip here. Here we go.
You listen to Kamala Harris and what she will do. You can almost start a drinking game every time she says small businesses.
This is at the heart of what voters want to know about her. She should have something that is really quick and understandable, and that wasn't really it.
She has to do three things. I agree. Actually, there's one other thing. Answer the question. She got the same question at the debate.
Many of her answers lacked specifics, and some Democrats, like Hillary Clinton, told Kara Swisher that that's perfectly fine.
I'm not sure I agreed with her when she said that. It was interesting for her to say it because I think she was talking strategically, politically, is that she doesn't have to say too much. I think probably most people agree they should say more.
So even CNN is questioning what she's doing. But Oprah Winfrey's interview, A Night of Celebrities, the interview featured Hollywood stars like Bryan Cranston, Chris Rock, Meryl Streep. People don't understand that these celebrity endorsements means absolutely nothing to anyone paying attention. They don't care about who some person in Hollywood endorses in their from their ivory towers, from their bubble, from their mansions. No one cares who Taylor Swift is endorsing. This is why none of these endorsements are actually working. Streep humorously called President Harris, and asked about handling another potential Trump election dispute. Harris barely addressed concerns about election integrity, information, and voter suppression. The impact on Harris's 2024 campaign. What impact is this having? Even CNN, usually a cheerleader for the left, is starting to see through Harris's shallow talking points. Her reliance on softball interviews with supporters like Oprah shows she's not ready to face real scrutiny. If she can't handle tough questions now, how can she lead the nation? Y'all know I asked that same question. Like, if you can't even sit down and talk to someone that has an opposing view with you, you can't. I mean, opposing view. You can't sit down and have a conversation with that person. How do you expect to have a conversation with Kim Jong-un? How do you expect to have a conversation with Vladimir Putin? I mean, you can't do it. You can't do it. But let's play this clip here. This is the last clip.
Well, but to be clear, it's not just an interview situation. She's speaking to a supporter here, and it's hard to equate an interview with sort of a more hostile, or not even hostile, but critical member of the press with somebody who was.
When would that be?
You know what the
right,
hell I meant, Scott?
I'm just asking, when has she sat down with any hostile media?
Never. Right? I love Jennings. I love Jennings on CNN because he checks them on their bull crap. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.